Hey. Ready? Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked in the Big Frank podcast. Good morning. What it is, what's up? Locked in with me in my home. Locked in with me. I can't leave. It's giving real imprisonment. Dan the Dark Knight, the provider. Kev on there. What it is, what's up, gentlemen?
What's good?
How was your weekend? What's going on in your world? What it is, what's up? On the way.
No
valid. No, that's a real thing. Like, valid. No, God shall provide. Add the number to the bottom of the joint if you can. Well, how was your weekend, King? The number.
Mm-hmm. Man, my weekend was yeah, because no, I've been back and forth to Erie this week, like 4 or 5 times. And I work overnights, and I don't get no sleep.
Welcome to the
so it's kind of
So like, do you not be all in your business online, but you traveling there and you staying a while?
No.
Oh, you traveling there and back? Oh, you got to be smoking a little bit.
Like, and luckily I'm not by myself.
Yeah,
it's just like, come on, 205, right?
Yeah. Okay. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
The drive alone is just a lot for daily activity.
No, facts. Like there's no sleep, none.
And now you're the driver, because I want to be the driver. Frank, can you?
One time, 20 minutes till we got to the city. Nope,
not me. No, I had my weekend was good. I went to a home buyers course.
Oh, sweet.
You let you know that there's some stuff out there for people to tap into. If you really want to buy a house, do your due diligence, get your stuff in order, like get your credit together. But also, there's vouchers out there. You can turn your Section 8 into a voucher for a mortgage.
Absolutely.
You can. They got $30,000 of grant money available. And you can stack that on your local cities grant that they give out as well.
Oh, word.
So like closing costs, they'll cover that and all that stuff. So make sure you guys tap into that. That was good for my Saturday. That was fire. Then on Sunday I had to preach. The Lord showed up and did what he does.
Word.
And that was a good word for the house, making the vision bigger, if you will. So it was good. It was good. What else I do over the weekend? It starts blending in. My Friday to Saturday is a blend. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but something happened. So, but it's been overall a good weekend. Today's conversation that I really want to get into came in the message on yesterday when it came down to making the dream or the vision bigger. But I definitely want to talk about Andre 3000, because I think that he has his album out, and I'm just calling flute songs. You can jazz it. The key element for me is the flutorian. Okay, yeah. The flutorian. No, valid is the flute, and it was just like, and I put on the page rebranding. But like, are you really willing to produce what it is that you're unctioned to produce versus appeasing the people based on what they would expect, if you will?
Valid.
Because I think that sometimes we are moving and doing things based on what people expect from us versus the unction that God is giving to make adjustment and changes.
Valid.
And it's like, are you willing to lose, like, and I say that, like, the identity or the delivery of what they're accustomed to.
Facts.
Are you willing to make that switch for a greater cause?
That part.
You're like, go ahead.
It's crazy. I brought this up before. But somebody had made a post and was like, y'all are actually laughing at this album, but everybody after this is gonna be sampling.
Right.
And it's just like that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really losing.
Yeah.
You
Now,
feel me?
now I said because they can, and people get the what ifing, and it's like, but even if nobody does,
It's
I still release and
yeah,
did.
it's done.
It's done. No,
Facts.
no. Now that'll preach by itself. It's done. The fact that
Facts.
I had this unction, I put in the work, I put it out,
Yeah,
and I'm not doing it to get your opinions, your thought. If it sell, it sell. If it don't, it don't. I just wanted to produce this
that
thing.
part.
This is what the unction was. This is what I did.
Yeah,
Because who knows what might happen next? Because who? And I'm not saying that he will or that he won't. The next album, you might get words
you
at it.
might get
You
bars.
might get bars at this one of these things. Okay,
Facts.
it's like, yeah, this is, I wanted to do this way first,
Yeah,
and but Andre 3000 just as a person mentally has just been in a revamping personal. I wouldn't say that is necessarily always a revamping, but he's been in his own pocket for a
valid
long,
for a while.
for a while. Like this
Yeah,
is, this is just my exposure to y'all. But I've been over here playing this flute on these streets. Fluting it out. I think it was Charlamagne the guy who talked about this man was playing the flute. Like
Yeah.
literally like just out here fluting it up. Fluting. And I think that it's like it just speaks to the components like, are you really willing to, I use the word rebrand, are you really willing to be the opposite of what you've been? Or to do something, it ain't gonna be the opposite, just something that's just different.
It's not the norm anymore.
Valid.
It's not your norm.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me in this season, it's getting in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Although I love working the camera,
Mm-hmm.
it's exposure.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, are you willing to make certain sacrifices?
Valid.
Are you willing to, like, despite what anybody says,
Yeah.
despite what smoke you get, you get what I'm saying? Are you willing to make that adjustment in order to make the mark?
Right.
Are you willing to give up control in one area?
That part.
Absolutely. So there's been this caucus male whose name I do not know. I don't know at all. He just keep coming. He just keeps popping up. Bearded white guy. He's not Santa Claus, but and he talks about disappearing for 30 days and then coming back in the best value of you. Like, go ahead and disappearing is just like for your social media, being present, just go ahead and fade away.
Stop being so accessible.
And then it's like, and put in the work required to present the next level of you.
Fact.
Because I think with Andre, what he did was he presented the next. He presented the next level of him.
Yeah.
Not saying that he just occupied it. He
Valid.
just presented it.
Fact.
And I think it is sometimes that's required. And we sometimes want to wait to the new year. Oh no, you can really start a whole lot sooner. You can really start fresh. You can start new, and it's not necessarily catered to a calendar year or calendar month or date. Oh, I want to start new in June. No, why not tomorrow? Why not? Why not right now? You know? And it's like, are you really ready for the next level of life for yourself? And because, like I said before, and I've said it many times, I'm guilty for trying to respond to situations based on how they'll respond to my response.
Valid. Yeah.
It's like,
and then you limit yourself.
Valid.
And then you don't really get your message across in that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and it can, like I said, it can always hold you back or keep you held hostage when it comes down to what God is really trying to get you to.
Yeah.
Yesterday when I preached, I talked about when Jesus told Simon, launch out to the deep into deeper water, because where you've been has been so unproductive.
Facts. Yeah.
Like you've been occupying a place that you're accustomed to, but now that you're accustomed to that place, it is no longer producing.
Valid.
But you're still putting in that work. They worked all night. They got over it. I'm tired, but they have nothing to reap from the work that they've done.
Valid.
Because you've exhausted the resources here. They're too, yeah. No, valid.
Ain't no more fishing.
Valid. You. In other words, you really, we know how you move here.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're not going to fall into the trap or the goal. We know how to now navigate around you because you've been here so much. And it's like God said, well, launch to the deep means it's a deeper vision, that you're going to an unfamiliar territory. Mm-hmm. You're reaching out to places that, you might lose your net. You might.
Facts.
I said this. I said in shallow water, if you lose your net, you can just go get it and grab it. In deep water, Okay,
Have fun.
It's been good. It's been good. Like if y'all don't bring it back, we
Right,
trouble.
right.
And I think that it's like, are you willing to go out there and really make the vision or the dream big, like
Yeah,
outside of your reach?
valid.
But and that sounds crazy. And it's like, how you want us to do that, Lord? And I can't even maintain where we at. Because the reason why you're not maintaining where you at is because it's too small. You got to call resources. You got to call help. It's too small. You
That's a word.
no valid.
No.
It's too small. Like you want me to
We're gonna talk. But
yeah, because if you're operating in a vein that's not it.
right.
What I look like now, watch it. I give you just enough because I'm a good father. Because I love you, I'm gonna give you just enough.
Facts.
But the problem is that you haven't gone for the bigger. You haven't gone for the masses. You've been talking it. And I said this yesterday. I said to see deep water and to be in deep water is two different things. And that sometimes we can see it. Oh yeah, it looks good, and we can talk
Right.
it. But like, are you actively pursuing it?
Facts. Because
It's the risk.
it's the risk.
The deeper I go in the water, eventually I'm not gonna see the land no more.
For sure.
And then now I'm out in the water.
Yeah. Right.
Facts.
And I said something yesterday, and it blew my mind. I ran away from the pulpit because I was talking about back then. To get out to the water, you got to row. This ain't no motorboat. this is rowing. And I said, to get there, you got to face the current. And first thought, it's the water, it's the current. But no, you also got to face the current. Like it's like the right now, the emotions and the mentally. You got to plow through that to get to deeper water. And I said that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I said, that's a spiritual double entendre. I said, look at the Lord, okay? But the truth of the matter is that we have to. And like I told him, people are so frustrated right now in so many different areas, and it's just like, you thinking too small. You thinking too small. And it's like, you have to think. It sounds like, think big. No, you literally.
Yeah. Oh man.
And I can talk to myself. Like, you can see it, Frank. Pursue it. Like, go. Like, take the risk and go after the bigger vision, which then lets you know that you'll need support to maintain it, because without it, you'll sink.
Yeah.
But what happens is now you have more than enough to bring back to the land. But because you still trying to stay in your pocket of being comfortable, because you know how this move, how this work, how this navigates, you're missing out on a picture that's like, I'm trying to tell you, it's big over here. And I'm trying to tell you to move now, because this ain't gonna even just change your life, but those who've been watching you, who've been checking for you. Like when Jesus told him to go, he wasn't the only one who heard those instructions.
Facts.
He wasn't the only one that was like, oh, no, the people are now watching to see if what he said and what you do
match up. That part.
Yeah, look at me,
I'm gonna just bring you into my world.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a conversation.
Yeah.
And I see the possibility.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, last night I was told something, and I'm gonna sum it up like this. I want to be around you.
Yeah.
No matter what. Despite what your space looks like, despite what you look like, despite what comes with you, despite your right now. But I'm only gonna be there for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stay too long. I just want to be in your presence and get out. And it made me look like, wait a minute, she just low-key told me about myself. But at the same time, let me know that it's okay.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, no matter what it looks like right now, as long as you make the adjustment, everything will be okay.
Valid. So one of the things that happened in the story, I guess I'm pre-preaching. What is your post-preaching?
Welcome to the room.
Yeah. And what happens is that there's a challenge here, because Jesus tells him to cast his nets. He only cast a net. Meaning, and this is what I told him, I said, the meaning that the reason why he began to sink is because he only cast one net.
Yeah.
Therefore, the fish had only to occupy one net. But had he cast his nets, the weight of that would have been distributed properly.
Yeah.
That he would be able to gather. Because fishing back then was like, I'm going to cast my net here. It ain't the one fish reel.
Right.
I'm throwing my net here, boom. Then I throw my net here, and I do a roundabout to gather my nets. But he only threw one net.
Facts.
But had he threw all those nets, that overloading, I guess too much. No, you would have been able to grab it, go to the shore, grab it, go to the. You would have been able to really work this. And then he comes back to Jesus and says, "I'm sorry, I'm a sinful man. Forgive me." Not only for like being sinful, but I believed you, but I ain't believe you.
Yeah.
I went at your word, but I doubted still.
Yeah.
Instead of throwing out my nets with the S, I threw out my net with just the one. And it's like God says, I want you to throw out your nets.
Facts.
And this is when I said this before. Exhaust your obedience. Exhaust it. And what that does is that means that God has multiple ways to make things happen for you. You just have to be in tune to his instructions and directions at that time. And that sometimes we only got one net, and I get you got to focus on, I'm gonna say this because they taught me this, that you got to focus on one thing. And when I hear that, I think, yeah, absolutely, focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
But understand the time. Because to focus on one thing, this is the task right now for this. Complete that task. Now you have the time to focus on the next task, which may have nothing to do with the last task.
Facts.
But it's still one thing at a time. Sometimes we're trying to multitask and get in trouble. Take your multitask and take one task at a time.
Right.
Today's task, like for me, I'm last minute. Today's task is to complete my PowerPoint for my pitch. That's the task.
Facts.
Nothing else. That's the task. When that task is completed, then I can go make phone calls for sponsors because now that's the task.
Facts.
Now, the pitch class has nothing to do with the sponsors, but it's one thing at a time.
Yeah.
But you got to take advantage of the time.
Facts.
And I think that's going to give us, those who are watching, some peace and not overwhelming ourselves trying to make a phone call while trying to complete the pitch. Like, hey, I want to know if you can be a sponsor for me while I keep calm. Just do this, knock this out. Yep, I know the feeling. Just knock this out, and once you finish that, move on to the next one. And I think that sometimes even when as those of us who are writers and trying to execute a task, all right, if the task is just to write, all right. Then if the task is just to illustrate, let's illustrate. All right, now the task is, all right, I want to make sure that I have the pieces in place to get the people to know their part. All right, the parts are in place. All right, that part is done. I'll come back to that later on. I still got life to do. Get the kids, got the wife, got the, whatever life was happening. All right, my next time is, who do I think can fill these roles? It's the time.
Yeah.
So, and I think that that part, and that's something that I have to adapt. All right, so I'm not talking like I got it together because your boy Frank, a little bit. Mind be over to the left, to the right, to the front. Like, but it's like, no, Frank, just one task.
Yeah.
Do that task. And then when you focus on the task, you can get that done a lot quicker.
Facts.
Focus on the task than you can, which gives you back time. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at a place trying to rearrange some things and not move based upon anybody else's opinions or feelings, but authentically what the Lord is telling me and what he's graced me to do. And I say this all the time, and it's also important to be tapped into what God is saying, because what God says, he stands outside of time. He transcends time.
Right.
He'll tell you to prepare for something today that won't manifest until a year or 4 years from now. But because he told you to do it today, it's just in there.
Yeah.
It's just, and I say that even with this board. I bought this board. It sat in my living room for a good while. I got by my wife was like, she here now. What you doing with this? Let's let it stay there. Because while I'm out here juicing, at some point this is gonna be put together.
Facts.
And it just sat there. And it just sat there. And it just sat there. And we flipped it to the side, but it sat there. Okay. We moved it to the closet, but it sat there. I brought it back out. It sat there, but then he opened the door up to create the radio station.
Yeah.
And when it was time to create, I had
facts
what I needed
yeah.
to execute the task. But it's like, had I never had the board or discarded it, it didn't have it, I would be like, I need a board, or it would have been a little skimpy joint. This joint real intense. But
No facts.
it just lets you know that okay, I'm really preparing you, but you got to be in tune. I said this yesterday. You got to add God to your daily activity. Period. You just have to. If you're not, you're missing out instructions for your blessings.
Facts.
And He'll make you do some stuff that's uncomfortable. I ain't gonna hold you. He'll make you have some conversations. I'll say this: there'll be times where you can ignore the bill collector, but there's times where he'll tell you, "No, go ahead and call him.
Right.
Go ahead and address it and tell him this is what it is."
Yep.
What? Do what?
Why would I do that, God?
Why would I do that? Because he has somebody in place, or he has something set up that you have no idea what I made affordable for you, what I changed for you, what I adjusted for you, who I set up to be a blessing to you.
Valid.
But if you don't maximize your obedience, and I say that, and I say obedience because it's not just about having opportunities; it's about obedience. I told you, yesterday, every opportunity may not be for you, but God, but if you tell me that it is, I'm gonna go.
Facts.
If you give me the if you ain't told me no, that this ain't it, all right, we going, Lord, let's do this.
Fact.
But if you be like, oh no, that's not it. I even told that to your man yesterday about these women. I said, Doc, I hear you talking. I know where you at. I said, you talk to him about what's about to connect with you. If he don't give you the okay or the sanction to go forward, don't do it. If he tells you no, stop.
Facts.
Because some things are given for some relationships are given for experiences. They're given for purposes to learn. So he might let you go through a situation. I ain't gonna hold you because you got to learn something. But if he tells you not to, this ain't it. Don't you touch it? Don't you touch it, dip it and whip it? don't you dive in. You might not come out. That's different kind of water. don't you know? And that's just the wisdom of things. And it's like right now you gotta be tapped. You gotta be tapped in.
Yeah.
You gotta be tapped in and tuned into.
We got a comment.
Yes.
Chloe Long says sometimes treading in deeper waters is not that deep. Sometimes it simply looks like returning business calls in a timely manner, waking up earlier to organize your thoughts, going for a daily jog, cutting off non-productive conversations. Focus is everything.
No, for sure. But according to what the text projects is that where I was and how I was moving, where I was ain't productive no more.
Valid.
So it means that I need to put myself, and I believe in focus and all those things as well. All those things needs to be in a place of it's bigger now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
With,
the conversation isn't that I wasn't focused where I was.
Valid, no, for sure.
Facts.
But now I need to move from being focused over here to being focused over there.
Absolutely.
I've done all I can.
Right.
Here.
And let's talk. Let's talk about it because let's give you the storyline. Now I've just put in my work in the area that I'm familiar with. I've exhausted. I do this here. I fish here. This is what I do. So what happened was I got comfortable doing what I do, but now it's unproductive, and I didn't change my location. I've been here, and now I worked all night. I put it in work. I did my due diligence, but it's not producing.
Facts.
I'm washing my net. I'm over it now. We done for the day. We consider it a loss. Jesus walks up, want to have a conversation, and he want to use my boat while I'm not in it. So not only am I tired and I'm exhausted, now I got to stay. Now y'all want to real talk. Now I got to stay for a conversation that I didn't ask for, but I stayed. You want to use my boat? Go ahead. So you talk. He Jesus, okay?
Right.
Preacher's now talking 45 easy, okay? So he's talking to this multitude of people on my boat. I'm already tired. I'm already exhausted. So when you get off the boat, I'm like, we about to go.
Yeah.
And you then tell me, no, you're not leaving. Launch out into the deep and cast your nets. Now let's just be 100%. Now because you are, and he says, Master, we did this. We've been out here all night. We did an overnight shift. We've been staying out here. We tired. We exhausted. But at your word, I'm gonna go. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes that at your word, I'm gonna go. All right, I'm going. I'm not saying I believe you all the way.
Yeah.
But
even if you don't like we talk about Thomas and how he doubted. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't think Jesus was there.
Yeah.
I don't think Jesus was there. But when Jesus came, he was like. And he was like, Thomas, what's up, bro? You think it was me?
Yeah.
Nigga, I still don't.
Valid, but valid.
He was like, shoot, well, you know, touch my hands and whatever. Like, oh, okay. But it was the just do what I said.
Yeah. Valid. And the question is, like, did he do anything different in shallow water than he did in deeper water?
No.
He did it so
valid.
The way I cast my nets, got my boat out here.
But
worked,
did he though?
But I think that he had to work harder to get out to where he was. Because to get the deeper water is more work just in the journey of
valid.
I call it that row situation. So I had to get out there. Then I get out here, and because it's deeper water, I think he had to do a little thing different. I got to cast this net.
Right.
But I think it's the risk that I could lose my net if I cast it here. Ooh. And if I lose my net in deeper water, I'm not about to jump in this water and be down there with them things. You know, ain't nothing there but two different types of fish. But still, it's like I can lose my net here.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, you know, it's a risk. And then
so we pacify the risk that we take, and instead of casting all his nets, he only casts one. And that's where that risk shot him in the foot.
Valid.
You get what I'm saying?
He put it up there to pacify the word.
Yeah, the word. Yeah. Because you said so. But I'm not too sure about this.
I didn't go all in.
Yeah. And because he didn't do the same thing. He didn't do what he always did.
Right. So he didn't go all in, which then caused him to, what he gathered was so much, he began to sink that help. He had a signal for help, you know, and the help came.
Fact.
And drew that load back in. But legit, many of us are doing God the same way, where, oh, God said, go. All right. But so if God says, I'm just using this parallel. If God says, I want you to go to Atlanta and I want you to go to this event. All right. You might go to Atlanta, but you ain't go to the event because you didn't know how you were going to get access to the event.
Fact.
You didn't have money for the event.
He didn't say all that.
He told you just to get to the event. Well, all you did was got to the place where the event is.
You're low. Your mic is low.
I guess who low? My mic low? No, Dan, your mic low.
But you was talking.
Yeah. You Daniel is a smooth talker. He's a smooth operator. Yeah, you know, girl. But no valid. No valid. And yeah, no valid. And it's like, no, I need you to get to the event. And I told the story about a friend of mine, Grace, and she told the story how she went to the grocery store with no money because God told her, you know, go. But she went shopping. Like she went shopping like
word.
It's gonna get paid. And she bumped into a lady. The lady dropped her wallet. And she picked it up for her and gave it back to her. And you was like, oh, that's a miracle. No, like the lady just walked away. Okay, no, that's not it. But what ended up happening was Grace goes into the line for giving out, you know, to cash out.
Right.
And she's scanning with no money.
Oh my
So
Lord.
she's going through the process and she gets like, I don't know what God's going to do, but he got to do it. The lady comes behind her and pays for the groceries. But the question is, had she never went, if she never shopped, never got online and never went to check out
and never picked up that wallet.
Valid. Yeah. But like she didn't go to bump into the person.
Fact.
It happened because I just told you to go to a place.
Fact.
And the Bible talks about I got men to give into your bosom. And some of us are messing up because we're not going to the place. I just need you to get there.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and this is where I get in trouble. I know good stewardship is essential and required. It is necessary.
Yeah.
It is, I'm gonna say it again. Good stewardship is required and necessary. But you can be in a season of not enough and lack, and God still promote you. Where you like, God, I can't afford where I am right now. How is it that you're telling me to think bigger and go larger? Because when you go larger, it's bigger than you. And you realize that you can, but then you navigate different and you realize that I got people set up for you who's ready to bless. I said this earlier at church. I say it again today. Some people ain't investing in you because it's too small. I'm going to say this. They don't feel it's work. They hear you talking vision.
Valid.
They don't see your pursuit. And then what you're pursuing ain't big enough for an investment.
Yeah, that's wild.
You're not doing that. I'm not in yet. So let me just go ahead and hit home for Frank 16 times. Okay. You want this soundstage studio production.
Right.
Go for it.
Fact.
Because if you're telling me that you got a blueprint plan for that, that then yields bigger investors. I said this yesterday. If your value is only 500, the max I can give you is 500.
Fact.
That's your value. But if your vision is multi-million-dollar vision, which adds to your value, I got more room.
Come on. Yeah.
And some of us, and I'm gonna call the city of Niagara Falls to the carpet. I got to say it.
You say it.
You're limiting your space.
That part.
Is it bigger than what you had? Absolutely. Because I'm so sorry. Because a room is bigger and better than having nothing. But the idea and where you're going, you so consumed with just that fact we got a room.
Yeah.
Frank, you so consumed with the fact that you got a 2,400 square pace building that you don't realize that this ain't big enough to hold the vision. So you need to do your PowerPoint pitch and get yourself together and talk about where you're going and start putting efforts towards where you're going. Because if I told you that I hear you talking, Jehovah, because there's a place that is already empty, set up, and shelled and ready for you to occupy, but you ain't made no pursuit to that place.
That's deep.
I used to watch these things called film courage, and it's just this lady just interviewing, random people, filmmakers, whatever they did. Most of them I've never heard of, but filmmakers in general, people that do films, that do production and whatever. And the one guy, he was like for my very first film, he was like most of my money came from family and just people I knew. And and to your point, we'll be like, don't nobody support me.
Right.
It's not so much that I won't support you, it's that you ain't doing nothing I feel is worth supporting yet.
Valid.
Yeah.
And that sounds bad.
No.
It can seem like what you
doing ain't worth it.
You trying to say what I'm doing not worth it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not really trying to say what you're doing not worth it. It's just, I feel you, not even I feel you could do better.
You could do more.
You said you could do better. So I'm waiting for you to do better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you came to me right now with a book, I will support it. But if you just keep writing poems or something, like I'm be like, okay, that's cool.
That's cool. Facts.
But you said you was gonna do that, and that's
yeah. You
know what I mean? But you ain't.
Yeah, that's deep.
You ain't doing what you said you was gonna do.
And valid, because like I said, the instructions, like when he got the fish and got this overload, the people saw it. Oh, Mike, he's sinking. Right. Oh, I'm going down. And it's like then the people got the signal to come help to pull. And that just shows, what you got is so much. We got to help you.
Got to.
We got to. I'm because if not, you about to lose. This is where it gets good for me. I just thank the Lord, because when the load or what He gives you is so much, there's people who I gotta help you.
Right.
Because I can't allow you to lose all you just gained. Go ahead.
Niagara Falls would support you, but you're not doing it for Niagara Falls to feel that you put Niagara Falls on your back. And I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about the city.
Yeah.
The city would give you money if you was doing something big enough that it was gonna put me on the map.
Valid.
Heavy is the load. Heavy is the load. Not when you own. Not when you own team, Jackie.
Yo.
Somebody created some movie production studio.
Yeah.
They put money into it. Supposedly, I don't know. I haven't seen it, and I've only heard about it through other people. One person.
Right.
I only heard it through one person. I heard it on NPR.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't really watch the news, so I can't say they ain't never said on the news. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if you made a movie right now, will Buffalo support your movie for the simple fact that you was doing it because it's big enough to them that you making it a Buffalo thing. You know what I mean? Buffalo, like, shoot, like with Griselda. Yeah, people was listening to your music.
Right.
You know what I mean? But ain't nobody really start supporting you until all y'all came out. And then made it seem like, oh,
it's the town.
Yeah.
It's a valid.
It's a full effort.
I think that you and the problem is that we can be too much in our corner. You so much in your corner that you don't realize. Like
sometimes you'll be doing something that you feel is a big deal, and it's not being supported like it's a big deal, and you're frustrated now. And I totally understand it, you know what I mean? Because it'll be frustrating.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times we don't know where to look for help either because we never asked for help.
Valid. And I think that's the importance of having your ear to God's mouth. Because when I tell you that when you're tapped into a place, I am a living, alive, black man, black hat, scarf, gray sweatsuit, alive. Evidence that God will send people to be a blessing to you. If you guys have no idea how many $500 deposits I've gotten just because the Lord told them to do so.
Word.
And y'all don't understand. It was like, yo, Frank, what you do with it? Paid what need to be paid. The Lord provided.
Care business.
Because what happens is, because I said this before, because he's a good father, he'll give you just enough to get by. But how many of us are ready for the abundance? Right. If you're ready for the abundance, you got to think massive. And I'm going to say this, and for those who take it how you want to, you got to tap into your God consciousness. That part. You got to tap into the fact that I can speak a thing and it can become a thing, and there's no limitations, and he's going to make a way because God, come on, like you playing. 100%. You keep trying to get I'm about to get in trouble. I don't care. You keep trying to get your little corner of people to do a thing, and you're like, come on. And you keep trying to convince them no, go for it. Yeah. With or without them. That part. With or without them. Can't listen, not
that part.
Do no valid for you, and if you're out there are people willing to give you the value that you're offering. 100%. I've undersold myself so much that I'm an underseller. Okay, not I'm an underwriter. I'm an underseller. Okay, just undersold every time. But what happens is that there are people who's like, you know what, Frank, I heard what you said, but because I value you so much, I got to exceed that by this much because you what you give it. Lowballing yourself. Yeah. Because the only difference, I say this all the time, between the people that's famous or known or who making money is the willingness to go the distance and adding that value to themselves and having that. You can't add value to yourself if you ain't got it. You can't be talking about, oh yeah, pay me $10,000. You ain't worth a hill of beans. But what happens is you only get one time to do it. Because you sold me something and I believed you, you didn't present it. Therefore, now you get recurrence. Well, versus I might charge $5,000, but this is a solid gig. And they booked me 3 years in a row. Done. Thanks. Money solidified for 3 quarters. Done. Come on. Because the quality that I produce is there. The energy, I mean, is and me being who I am, I realized, Frank, nigga, you hit. you know, like, and I said this reason, like, if nobody does anything, dude, you are DJ, you are Santa, you are Big Frank, you are a prophet, you are a preacher, you're a dream inter, like literally, and my gifts and callings come without repentance. If nobody in Fire 716 Radio, Hanley Holding Studio does nothing, nigga, you are it. Facts. You are speaker. You are it. And this is a fresh deposit. Yeah. But it's reason like you sometimes you're so busy trying to get everybody else to do. No, you do. Yeah. And let them call you. Yep. Instead of just driving, and I can get you on the way. You going? We out.
You got a thumb out.
And what happens is, even with the DJing, it's like, go ahead and DJ, do that. Mm-hmm. But then as people start calling and demands are happening, have a network of DJs. That when I can't, all right, yeah, I got somebody for you. Facts. And I told somebody this, and I think I said this to my wife. I said, I wish I had a team, and I said I wish I had a team because if I had a team efficiently, and but my wife was like, but people calling you for your vibe. I said, I get it. But if I can have a team set up multiple places and we just on tour for the day, where I just run through and I do my 15, 20, 30 minutes of a vibe setting and on to the next, but you DJing though. This your gig, you DJing. Right. We added my feature to come through. I got you. We got the line dance. We're going to boogie. We're going to make this joint do a thing. Now we on to the next. All right, we're flipping Santa Claus. Let's go. Yeah. But the team is already set. But I just got to go first. Let me go and do what I do. Why not? Yeah. Matter of fact, I might put on Santa Claus and DJ and just DJ just so they can know your boy get down. But what I'm saying is that, and that same storyline is for many of us. You are the asset. You are you're it. You it, and you can't not be it based on somebody else's opinion.
That part, you got to believe in you.
Believe in you,
like. If ain't nobody your fan, you got to be your own fan and your own judge, jury, and execution.
And you got to take that smoke.
Take the smoke you're going to give yourself. Because don't nobody talk down about you more than you.
Well, for sure.
Don't nobody doubt you more than you.
I get it. So somebody, a cousin of mine, you found out his cousin after she made a statement, was like, how can you do Santa Claus and be the preacher? The same way you go to work. The same way you go to work and do your due diligence. These are things that I do. These are jobs. This is income. But one thing about it, I have no problem prophesying, interpret a dream. Ho, 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 the Lord said what it is. I have no problem. Let me pray for you while you're going through a hard. My obedience is not hindered by the secular occupations that I have.
Valid, 100%.
And that's just what it. I know that. And that's enough. He knows that, and that's enough. The question is, am I effective? Absolutely, because he's shown me. So, yes.
We got 2. Rhonda Wells said, "I would definitely pay you to MC an event for me in the future."
Yes,
you're dope AF.
No, thank you.
And Barbara, it's Auntie.
No. Great Nana.
Didn't Nana tell you to go ahead and jump? I love you.
You know what's valid. Nana, yes, you did. Yeah.
Nah.
Because
I lied a couple of times. And because of those lies, I had to do something else. But I read that Steve Harvey jump book, and I genuinely was motivated. And now where I am now, I don't know where that motivation got killed at. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I should have never let it die. Mm-hmm. That's on me. You know what I mean?
Like I said earlier, it's because of the current. Like, listen, it's just I can see the cliff. I can see God. This is what you want me to jump. I hear you talking. But my current, and sometimes the current situation just of life, just let's I ain't got time for pretending.
Right.
It consumes at times. Like you telling me to jump, but I'm literally trying to see if they came to cut the light off at 2:00 or not. Switch. Like literally the employment. I want to jump. I thought that was watch it. The things that I thought was the jump, was just a step into a lower cliff. It was just a layer. This is not the jump. This is just another step.
Like you know how you on a roller coaster and you get that little dip.
This ain't the dip. This is just one. But for sure, and I think that jumping is required, and I think again being out there, like why not? There's no more really valid excuses to why you can't do exactly what it is that your heart says go after. I have to be careful when I say the heart, because the heart can be deceitful and wicked. Mm-hmm. The heart had you. The heart had you. No, valid. But when I said the voice of God and those instructions to go go.
Yeah.
Like when I talk right now, there's no reason why my family ain't the bombdiggity.com.
They are.
Literally they are.
Like,
but the presentation of it's
Valid.
Andre 2000. I've been this. I am this. I just didn't present this to y'all. I was doing it, and you caught me. It's whatever.
Right.
But I didn't intentionally put this thing together and intentionally put it out there for y'all to tap into it.
Right.
And I think as my wife being, she can sing, she can model, she can act, she can play the guitar, she can paint. She don't say I can't. She can paint. I can borderline sing, acting, theater. Like we enjoy these things.
Yeah.
And then my children are beautiful by the grace of God. Real talk, let's talk. Your kids can be ugly, but by the grace of God, no, by the grace of God, you think I'm playing. Like it really. Real talk. Real kids. Like some kids just are not pleasant to look upon. Y'all, but friend, they kids. Kids turn to adults, and sometimes they fill in their features, and sometimes they change. You can start off cute and end up. I seen you look cute, but you grew up into dust. No, but what I'm saying is, like really being blessed with a family, to be healthy, to be in where they are. It's like, all right, and they are their own personalities. I told my family, I'm about to Joe Jackson y'all without the abuse, and it's not because the abuse, a little abuse. I'm not going to abuse them, but I'm definitely going to guide them in the right direction with the guidance of abuse by the edges. Okay, it's like because there's no reason why not.
Yeah,
why not? And especially in the world we live in today, don't require nothing but a phone and a few accounts.
Yeah, to
get the attraction of some people,
right.
To get monetized, and then if I find that you bookable, because people that's on tour right now talking about nothing. I said, "Oh, we could be on,
bro."
It's weird because I go to a bunch of like anime, and you never realize how many things they have scheduled that don't happen because somebody don't come.
Wow, dang.
So, but in that same vein, I'm pretty sure how many conventional things. So, how many places need people to fill places? Something that they had. It ain't going on.
Dang, that's valid.
I need an hour or two.
Yeah.
Just go for a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just like you don't notice it when you're there.
Yeah.
Because I'll just go and do something else. You know what I mean? But if I was making it happen and I was like, okay, I had this thing planned out, and then you call me, up, like, yo, you're not gonna make it.
It's different when you working it, versus enjoying it.
Valid.
I went to a whole joint. The man started his thing, and then he lost his back. He looked up, seen that he ain't had his backpack. And when I tell you, we ended up helping him look for his stuff for the rest of it. So we ain't go through none of the things that he was gonna do.
Dang.
He too busy looking for his stuff, which I didn't find. He did eventually find it.
Word.
Because I asked him today. But he go from convention to convention doing the same thing. And my man's like, yo, I'm not even care about, because it was like some Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you don't even care about those cards. I was like, but they paid him to go talking about it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fact. They just need somebody to talk about it.
2 days, 2 or 3 days. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And he getting paid crazy.
Like if you really realize the people who add their value, who they getting paid, like people getting paid just for public speaking. Period. Getting paid. When the dude told the one girl, she was like, "Oh, I charge $200 when I speak." He said, $200. I charge people $15K just to
show up.
I said, "Oh, you got to." Oh, but it's like it's the value you're gonna put in your investment.
Yeah, like
legit. And I say that, and I say this cockily. Pause. Pause. But it's just that, yo, I'm somebody like, a vibe.
I am that.
I'm
him for real.
No,
like, come on.
I had a whole party started entertainment where you hired me just to pull up. You hired me. I ain't talking nowhere. Frank, I just need you to come.
Start the party.
To start the party. And pull up, and I would pull up and do exactly that.
Word.
Right in front of you, the line dancer. What it is line dancing is just a good neutral. Everybody, let's go. I'm gonna teach y'all. I talk to people. I vibe. But that was the disappeared. Gone. I've done my due diligence. Oh, Frank, thank you that you game. Valid. Get my check and I'm out. Like I can't find a picture of me doing Medea, by the grace of God. I look for it. I said, like even impersonating Medea, like we're doing that. I made money doing that, like bread, like because it's Tyler Valid. But people was like, you better than Tyler Valid because because what you think I studied this. Mm-hmm. You think I was like, oh, let me go see. No, I did Halloween one day, and for high school. Right. Then I went back and did it for like school dances. And after that, it was just hey baby. Then it was the situation, and then I became bookable, and then they began to book, and they booked. I've been to Maryland booking. Like I've gotten paid doing that, but that was for its time. We're like, okay, but the value is I'm lit. I'm designed. Lord, let's do this thing. What is it? And then it was always like, but now the prophecy. Now I'm in trouble because I'm a comedian and a prophet, and they're dangerous. Okay, because I was Medea one time, and I told this lady, I made a joke about her boyfriend cheating, and her friend was laughing, but she was getting angry because he had just got caught cheating. I said, oh, I ain't my. I said, let me get about it, man. My bad. But I say all that just to say, listen, today, rebranding, are you willing to lose? And the fact, when I say that again, is are you willing really to tap into the unction that you're getting to go and not do them because of other people's thoughts or ideas? Are you really willing to tap into the next level of who you are? You've been talking about it. For example, I've been talking to my wife about getting a sleeve, getting bottoms, and getting in shape.
Bottoms?
Yeah. Frank Madden.
Listen, I want.
Look at the whole thing. Let see.
I don't want a whole set.
Just that.
I want a little bar.
A bar.
Yeah, across the tip. And then I want some fangs.
Yeah,
see?
That's it though.
Yeah, that's it.
Now you see what just happened in the room?
Right.
Now everybody got these requests like I want to do, but it's like, but the question is, why haven't we done it? Outside of the financial limitation.
Facts. What's stopping us?
What's stopping?
Facts.
What's stopping?
Legit.
Literally, you can go sell blood, exchange of plasma. Like, this blood money gotta go twice a week. Like, you know what? Now watch it. Now I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna be quiet, and we got to get out of here. If blood money had to go, so all right, listen. Right. For this month, I want a sleeve. Sleeve gonna cost me this amount of money. At maximum, for my weight, I can get $105 a week. Mm-hmm. All right, that's $400 for the month. These $400 has a goal.
Facts.
Sleeve.
Right.
I'm still working my 9 to 5. Everything is happening, but it's the sleeve.
Right.
Done. Okay. Next blood goal, the fangs. How much is fangs? I might take 2 months. I don't know how much crystal we put in.
Right.
Plate me, okay? It's okay. But then it's like, oh, the fangs. This sounds crazy.
No,
I'm in trouble. Okay,
that's real.
Give your blood money goals, and it's more than just the survival of the day. Because I'm tapping out of that.
Yeah.
I'm tapping out of the side. Tapping out. No money, but blood money.
That sounds wild.
Valid.
Blood money.
And the reason why I say blood money,
this blood money,
you do get your blood back. But it's really plasma money, but blood money just sounds more vicious.
Right.
But valid. But it's like, make it have a goal. It's it's not bad. Watch it. So it's I told him that it is
Where's that?
No, because like doing all that paperwork and all that extra.
Oh, that's just the first time.
That's what I'm saying.
Got you.
That first day.
Yeah. I don't
feel
like doing all
no
facts.
But it's not that I don't have it. I have not made
time. Valid.
I can make time. I just be like these other things.
We doing that first visit real.
Fact.
Not this video, okay. But then after that, it's fast, slow money. It's literally doing nothing but whatever. So,
Legit.
but that's just for those who are plasma exchangers. If you find a clone of you, just know that it was your plasma
It
time.
was your plasma.
So I'm like, yo, it's a friend. Where?
I believe.
I believe somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's
gotta be
when
out
they
there.
change the container out and you still see your little blood or residue in there.
That's your clone.
That's your clone trying to save a life. But no, listen, y'all, go for it, make it happen, and you don't have to wait. Listen, legit. Cut up. Cut up the rest of the week. Cut up the rest of the week, and next week, feel free. Thanksgiving, eat like you want to eat, and
Don't eat like you want to eat.
eat like you want to eat.
Eat healthy. That's you know what. Go on a 4-day fast after Thanksgiving.
No, that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll do it. Everything you know.
Because
But
I'm
listen,
about to dog.
in my family.
Listen, I'm about to dog some food.
Listen, I don't know how much I'm gonna dog it, but I need somebody to give me a play.
I just want some mac and cheese. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, we out of here, y'all. It's been good. Big Frank in the Morning podcast. Kept on air. Dan the Dark Knight, the provider. Several things happening. December 15th, we're having a soft relaunch of Hanley Holding Studios. We're doing selfie pods. The event space live broadcast. You can get your family. I can come in, buy a ticket, and really take pictures. Santa will be here as well. We're doing that December 15th, and also we'll have vendors as well. So we're looking for vendors to take place as well. And then if you want to donate, be a part of that, holler at me, inbox me. I'm gonna send out messages later on this evening after I finish my PowerPoint priorities. And then we got that going on. Expect to be oversaturated with Hanley Holding Studios, and what we're doing is about to be wild.
Fact.
It's about to be wild. So, yep. I holler at y'all. It's peace. It's love. It's soul. Get it together. God might change the weather. Boom.
Please.